Hello, this is Slingshot Warrior. Sorry I'm late for the stream. I had some important business to take care of. I had some family members come over. That being said, welcome to the stream. In this stream, I want to discuss a very important issue, male suicide. Going to invite my friends. And okay. We'll see about that, Tasha. How you doing, Richard? Sorry I'm late, everyone. I had some important business to attend to. I had family over at my house, so I couldn't start the stream until later. How you doing, White Knight? The fact that nobody cares, I think people do care, Tasha, more than you know. Okay. In the stream, we're going to discuss something that's not talked about, but it's in epidemic proportions. It's killing more people than the bug, at least more men, and that's suicide in the Western world. More men take their own lives than women do. I'll even show you some statistics. Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, we got 10 viewers. Got Richard. We got White Knight. We got Charlotte. We're down. Excuse me. I hate when my nose itches. Okay. Yes, but I think there's a lot of other reasons as well. White Knight. And if I can bring any awareness to this issue, I shall do it. I just want to read off a little statistics. I'll start off with America. just show the data of how bad this is. Just to show. This is 2019, so this is fairly for both males and females suicide rates in 2019 to 2018, and this is like, yeah, I know that's far back. Total age adjusted suicide increased, like total age adjusted to increased by like 35 to 35, like 35 2%, 10 to 5% total standard. I'm sorry, 100,000 standard population, 1999. 14.2 and 2018, before declining by. Seems that males, according to this graph, are rising in population in the blue. So it's pretty bad. If you have super knowledge on the subject, we'll talk. Okay. I'm willing to listen to you as long as you're not trolling. I'm willing to hear you out. No one take him down. As long as you're respectful, we can talk. What do you have to add to this discussion? You're not timed out now. So what do you have to say? Whatever you got to say, man. All right. Do what you got to do. Cool. Cool. Well, let me get back to what I was saying. The male suicide rate has remained stable since 1999, 2006. It hasn't then increased on average by 1.7% year from 2006 to 2019. Although the rate in 2019 and 22 was the rate in 2019 was like 22.4, and a significant lower rate than 2018, but the female suicide, what? Interesting. Well, that was old data. That was old data. Interesting. Okay. Sorry. Is my Am I still there? Show yourself in the chat. Here we go. I want you to read this. Information presented in this article may be triggering to some people, but if you're having suicidal thoughts, National Suicide Prevention. In recent years, there have been a steady increase in the number of men who end their lives. Who end their own lives prematurely through suicide. Research shows that while women tend to experience more suicidal thinking, men are far more likely to die by suicide. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports that over 47,000 people died by suicide in 2017 in the United States. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death overall. In 2015, the suicide is the 7th leading cause. For all American men, according to the National Center for Injury Prevention, suicide has a serious problem in the United States and worldwide. Yes, it can be very hard in a family, Richard. I remember seeing a billboard looking at this guy, very handsome man. You know what I mean? No, nothing. It's like I could tell he looked like he was he could get the girls. I can tell you that. That's what I'm trying to say. He could get the girls, you know? Very funny. Anyway, there was a billboard. This guy, he was in a tuxedo. He looked like he had everything going for him. But the tuxedo said, "Live for this guy. Do not commit suicide." I was like, this guy looked like he had a better life than I did. You know, it's like, but yet he took his own life. Very strange. Oh boy. Okay. Whatever. The point is that if you're having suicidal thoughts, get help. I know life is hard for men in America and particularly in the Western world. The modern world can be very draining to you. The modernity can be very draining. And who are you, Cindy Lopez? I get that. But the one thing I want to discuss is the reason why this trend is so high. Why is it we see men in the West taking their own lives at higher numbers than any time in history? Why is it Western men in particular? What are the pressures that are causing this? Joblessness. There has to be some root cause of this, or a basket of causes in the West that's causing this high rate of male suicide. And that's the point. I'm not going to talk about the individual reasons why they did it. I'm just saying that there's been some major changes in our society over the past century that may be a contributing factor to why Western men don't like living in Western society in the current year. I do not like this. This sounds like trolling, Cindy. And we're talking about a very serious topic here. I'm trying to. So if you're not here to be serious on this serious topic, Tasha, do not test me. Okay. Well, I would advise you not to basically to take this topic very seriously, because I'm discussing a very serious topic. Okay. I get you. You're done. You're done, Jeffrey. Okay. Well, I do want to hear what happens in the real world. I'm discussing this topic and the overall trend. Unless you have something to add to this, please leave the snickering for someplace else. Okay? And the trolling, gone. Because I've lost family members. Okay? Now, let's discuss the overall trend here. Now, why are we seeing this trend in the Western world? I would say part of it is a product of modernity. Modernity just really doesn't work for anybody. This modernity that we see today. I think the reason why men are taking their lives is because, number one, it's the social changes that have happened and in the 20th century that have really, and also it's the modernization, I think, that really causes men not to be able to adjust to the new society that we live in at this point. Thank you, Foxy. We are talking about male suicide and the reasons and the possible reasons for this growing trend, because Foxy, men are taking their own lives in higher numbers in the Western world. I'm talking like super high. Okay, Lydia. I get you. That being said, I just wanted to discuss this topic, and I want some serious input. Boy, we got 11 viewers. Sorry I was late, guys. Sorry I was late. It's like I had some important things to do before I could go on stream. But now we're up to 12. Okay. I get that. I get that. But we're not talking. No. No, we're talking about the high rates of male suicide. Lydia, I'm not. How you doing, Red? How you doing? And this, I decided to do a serious stream, Red, and that's we're discussing the reasons why there's a high rate of male suicide in America and Western nations alone. The men are taking their own lives in high numbers, and it's very sad. And there has to be a reason underlying reasons for this current trend that we see, because it's very high. It's becoming the number one cause of death amongst men in the West. So true, Red. And some people have had, family members that have been affected by this. And depression, yes, but a lot of this has been going on. This has been a rising trend, regardless of what's going on in the mind of the person. Thank you, Timbo. I would have brought you on as a guest because you have a personal story in this one. I understand that. I understand depression, Foxy. But do you have any input, Foxy, on the underlying reasons why there's a growing trend of men who are taking their own lives in high numbers? Now, these are your brothers. These could be your own male family members. We're not really going into the depression thing. What we are going into is some of the societal changes, the reasons. That's one of the well, drugs are part of the reason, but they're not the underlying reason. Thank you, Red. Thank you. I got a few trolls in here that just they don't want to take this subject seriously. So Red, what I'm hearing, I want to hear the input from the stream. Now, why do you think this is a growing trend in America and particularly Europe, the Western world? There's several groups of men that are at risk. Middle class men, working class men, particularly the white working class. Well, part of it, I think, is basically modernity and the recent social changes that happened over the last century. That I think is the reason why men are feeling a lot of pressure in the modern era. They're struggling to keep up with all the changes that happened in the past century and since the 60s. It's been, If you think men don't suffer from pressure, Tasha, you would be wrong. There's a lot of pressure on men today. There's also our societies become more atomized. Individual societies become more atomized. There's less community. There's less of community anymore. Yes, there is. This seems to be anti-masculinity thing going on, where it's like toxic masculinity, where you can't be yourself. You can't be a man a lot of times in this modern society we live in. Otherwise, you're considered like an enemy of the system. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the yeah. That's a good way to see it, Tasha. And yeah, you got to be in charge of your life. I mean, I have a good life, and I love my life. I'm about to go on vacation, but there's a lot of men who feel lost. The modern world can be a very confusing and very sad place. You know, I mean, traditionally in the old world, men had a cause. They had men need basically more than just anything else. Men need a something to believe in. I have God, so I found God, and that's helps me. Men need a mission in life. And I think men are feeling like they don't have a mission in life anymore. And they're not given a mission, and they're not told their place in society. They're not given a good place in society as well. And and I think that's part of this trend. And this life is hard, and life is hard. Make no mistake, life is hard for everyone, but it's much harder if you're a man out there in modern society. Well, sometimes people don't always figure it out, Tasha. I mean, if you looked at modern society, it's clown world. It is a crazy place. And sometimes it can just swallow people up. See, I believe we are living in an insane society. I would say that our civilization has been engulfed in madness. And that's and if you're not a part of that madness, it can be very lonely and depressing when you're not a part of the madness of the current society. You don't feel like you're a part of that society. Amen. Amen. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear from your answers to why this male suicide rate is so high. Now, I've given my basically my synopsis on it of why men are taking their lives in such high numbers in the Western world, and it's getting worse. I mean, for the women out there, I'm very serious, dead serious. It is getting very hard for men. I don't think you know what it means. I don't think you know how hard it is to be a man, Cindy. That's part of it, redefine living. I agree with that. I'm a Christian, and I can say that. Well, you can say that, but also there are many married men and divorced men who have taken their own lives. So that's not necessarily the case. Across the board, men are taking their own lives. And if that's the case, Muskrat Jim, if there's so many incels taking their own life, that means there's a lot of incels out there, isn't there? That means there's a large portion of incels in the Western world. If we got this high suicide rate, if you follow that logic, but that's not true. Divorced men take their own lives. Veterans take their own lives. Yes, but we're focusing on men. Men's lives are hard, and I think a lot of women look at the top 20% of men who are rich and good looking, like Brad Pitt and movie stars. Well, not every man is Brad Pitt. Not every man is a movie star. And those men who aren't, you don't even, they're invisible to you most of the time, Yeah, it's true. Everyone's life is hard. But there has to be certain pressures going on, societal pressures, which I've underlined here, that are causing this trend to grow and grow. And so this is a serious issue. And if you don't, thank you, Red. If you don't care about this topic, you will care if one of your nephews, if one of your cousins, male cousins, takes his own life, and you find that out. It's easy to say that, but when you experience one of your brothers, one of your male family members, or a friend, or a base. Owen Wilson. If Owen Wilson was suicidal, so it doesn't. I mean, there are people out there that took their own lives that had good lives. Good lives. I mean, they had wives, kids, everything. I get that. Cindy. But I can assure you, I'm not suicidal. Okay. What I am is trying to figure out what's going on here. Yes, Robin Williams is a good example of that. Robin Williams, from what I can tell, all his money was taken away in family courts. I mean, he was next to nothing. He was almost penniless because of all his divorces. It was terrible. And he got married again and again. And every time he got taken to the cleaners. And I guess that's one of the reasons why he took his own life. Part of it was about the money. Well, I would say not just the money. I mean, there was a lot of things. When you lose contact with your children from a divorce, I mean, it's bad. I mean, divorce rates in America are bad. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Like 80% of divorces are initiated by women. So, and of course, women get custody like 90%, like 100% of the time. And they also get the money, the house, and everything. So a lot of men are left penniless and without their children, and that leaves them suicidal. So, I mean, you want to hear a story about male suicide. There was a guy called Thomas Ball, okay? Look him up. This guy literally set himself on fire in front of a family court because of what he was put through during his divorce and all the money he had to pay. So he literally set himself on fire. I mean, I'm not in front of a courthouse. Self-emulated. I'm not kidding. So you want to see how bad this is? I mean, it's really bad. I don't forget Thomas Ball. Thomas Ball. Don't forget his name. Exactly, Tasha. Exactly. There's a lot of corruption in our society, but we don't see it. So a lot of people will say, well, there's incels killing themselves. No, there's divorced men killing themselves. There's veterans killing themselves. Every type of man you can think of every type of man you can think of is probably died from suicide. I mean, people you wouldn't even think that would take their own lives. Types of men you wouldn't even think that you think they had the best of lives these men have taken their own lives. So it's pretty bad. That's exactly the truth. Exactly the truth, Tasha. But those judges, in my opinion, will be judged by the ultimate judge in the next world. Just like Ginsburg, who was burning in hell now. That's true. Why do you think I moved to the rural areas here? I moved out in the sticks. To more peaceful, calmer, serene life. Tasha. But this is a serious issue, and a lot of women probably won't care until it's their husband, it's their father, it's their brother, it's their cousin. They won't care because it doesn't affect them. It will affect them when they lose a loved one. Exactly. It's only when the people they love become a statistic that they actually want to listen to me. They want to listen to people like me. See, women, it's got to have emotional impact on them. Statistics, facts, that doesn't work for them. There has to be an emotional story here. There has to be something that tugs their heartstrings. Well, Thomas Ball should tug your heartstrings. Thomas Ball literally set himself on fire in front of a family court because of how unfairly he was treated. Well, I'm sorry for that, but that's not something I'm talking. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Well, Matthew, we're discussing a serious topic, and it's become a major trend in Western society that no one talks about. Men are taking their own lives in a very high rate in like America and Europe, and from England to Germany, whatever you want to think about. Men are taking their own lives, and this is a growing trend, and there has to be underlying reasons for this trend to happen. And I have a few theories, and I'm willing to hear everyone else's theories onto why this trend is so high and why nobody cares that this is going on. Nobody really cares that men are taking their own lives in high numbers. Oh, no, you're gone, Gisarella. I think depression is a symptom. It's not the cause. P2E. Depression is a symptom. Well, I'm glad you care, Tasha. What? I'm doing well, Tasha. My life is well. I believe in God. I'm glad you're praying for me, but I'm talking about a serious issue, bro, honey. I'm about to go on vacation, and my life's good. So, what I'm worried about is this trend. I'm really worried because if you, everyone has uncles, everyone has brothers. You know, I lost my brother to an overdose. So losing a family member at such a young age, losing, a sibling, that's a horrible thing to go through, you know? So it's easy for you to say, "Oh, no, well," but these things can happen. But I lost a brother to a drug overdose. He was only 20, no, he was only 35 years old. 35 years old. And that's very sad, Foxy. Now, Foxy, I want to ask you something. From a lady's perspective, what do you think is what do you think is causing this trend in your country and mine? Because it's pretty high in your country as well, and in America. I think you would have an opinion. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Foxy. I am so sorry to lose brothers. I mean, yeah. You see, I am so sorry to hear that, Sam. So sorry to hear that. Now, Sam, as a man, what is your opinion on why men are taking their lives at a high rate in the Western world? I'm willing to hear all theories at this point because I have my own theories, but I want to hear what other people's perspectives are on this deal. Not just depression. Depression is a symptom, okay? It's not the cause. It's not the causes, you know? Yeah, Tasha. I'll see you. Okay. That being said, Sam, are you got any ideas? And for those who don't know, depression is caused by something, okay? When people get depressed, okay, there's reasons why, okay? You know, yeah, yeah, that's that's true. That's one of the reasons in the West. I mean, that's blue collar men face that a lot of times, you know. That's a good theory. But there are a lot of men who are you would say are well off who have taken their own lives as well. So this affects seems to be there's some kind of underlying pressures here that causes things like this to happen, particularly in the West. I wonder if I can put some video on there. That is true. That is true. I think it, yeah, that is true. That is true, Foxy. That is true. I just read that out in the article that I got. So there's I would say that we become very atomized, and oh, thanks. Yeah, thank God for Sam. I mean, thank the Lord that you got a good man that supports you and keeps you from going off the rails, I guess. We're down to 10. Okay. I want to get some guests in, but see if I can try to get some guests in. Ah, that is true, Irishman. Foxy. Okay. Well, I got a new haircut. On a brighter note, I got a new haircut. Awesome. Ah, that's amazing, Foxy. That's amazing. Well, I think God is telling you something. I know in Ireland does have a high rate of male suicide, so very high. So your country is no different, Irishman, when it comes to the suicide rates of men. It's pretty bad. I think you told me this before, and tell me if I'm wrong. You had some. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but yeah, that would be too. You told me that. I don't want to repeat that. No. Uh no, I'm not gonna say that. That's pretty. I'm not gonna repeat what's said. Yeah, it's pretty bad in Ireland, wasn't it? Now, was there a reason why it was on the increase back in the day? Maybe there could be a correlation and causation to America to reduce the suicide rates here. Was there a reason for this in Ireland, Irishman, of why so many young men were taking their lives back then? Yes, Irishman, I'm talking to you. Um, Now, it has decreased, but the suicide rates in your country, but the male suicide rates in your country. Yeah, it's a tough subject, Iron Man. But can I ask you this, Irishman? Um, what were the causes of so many young men taking their lives during that time? Was there any type of causes? It's nice to hear you see you here, Iron Man. Yeah, that's the truth. Those are the stats. But nobody seems to care. Okay, Irishman, good stuff. I mean, what turned the curb? I mean, what really turned the curb? And okay, if those were the underlying causes in Ireland, what really turned the curb in Ireland? To be honest with you, what solution did the Irish people or Irish government come up with to turn the curb on this problem? Yeah, so true, Foxy. But a lot of people don't care about famous people much anymore. They famous people like celebrities. No one here cares about celebrities anymore. I mean, they are completely out of touch people. I mean, I think Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globe speech said it best about the rich and famous. Said to the Hollywood crowd. Oh, good evening, Frank. Um, we're discussing a very serious topic. You have anything to add to it? Just by saying. I am so sorry to hear that. My brother, when my brother didn't die from suicide, but he died from a drug overdose, and he was only 45. I mean, no, not 45. Sorry, he was only 35, and that was it. He was only just 35 years old. I'm 40, but my brother was like 35 when he died of a drug overdose. So losing some, and everyone loved him in the family, and losing him was really hard. So I know how that feels, and suicide is never easy. But was there any reasons why he took his own life, Iron Man? Then what happened, Irishman? I mean, how did you turn the curb? I mean, I so true, Krylon. So true. I totally agree, Sam. The government sucks. All governments suck in the West. I mean, they're pretty bad. But Sam, you're a man, okay? And now the UK does have a high rate of male suicide. Yeah, I keep hearing about money related, and blue collar men who lose their jobs, in like let's say in places like Montana and stuff like that, kill themselves at high rates. All this over losing his girlfriend. I mean, that's pretty sad. I mean, I've lost my girlfriend, but I never took my own life over losing a woman. But I guess that's me. Maybe he really loved this woman, you know. That's so true, Sam. Yeah, and that's also a correlation when no one's working, when there's no jobs available. Yeah, suicide rates go up for men. I've heard about that. When there's recessions going on, there's nobody working. Suicide rates will definitely go up when you lose your job. Also, men who experience divorce are highly likely to commit suicide, and men who are lonely. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. It's a pretty cool spirit, isn't it? Amen, Iron Man. Amen. God is with us. But it is very sad to see this very sad trend going on in America. That in America and in your country, and I was in Ireland at one point, of so many men taking their own lives. And a lot of people will say depression. Depression is a symptom. It's not a cause. It's not a cause. And that's the thing. People always want to go through depression. Oh, I just went through depression. No, that's a symptom. That's not a cause. There's reasons why people get depressed. There's underlying reasons. And when you have so many people in the Western world so many men getting depressed and taking their own lives, you have to wonder what's going on here. You know what I mean? It's not just money related either. I think it's because I think societal changes since the '60s are really causing problems. I also think that a lot of other factors, modernity is really does take the toll. Well, people are different. Um, People are different, I guess. What happened to your daughter? I get you. What happened to your daughter? I list minute one. I list my daughter 6 years ago. Uh, did your I don't know what happened to your daughter. I mean, what do you mean list? I mean, that's probably a cultural difference. I mean, I don't know what list means. Um, it does happen. Life goes on, but I don't know exactly what you're saying about your daughter. I mean, that's new to me. I don't know what lists mean. I mean, you list your daughter. I mean, around here that means you list your daughter on the school registry, or you list your daughter. Oh, oh, oh! I get it now. Very sad. Very, very sad. And maybe you didn't kill yourself, which is very good. Very good. Uh, I already know what happened to you. To I'm so sorry to hear that. Man, and losing a child can really bring you over the edge. Very sad, Foxy. The point is here, I'm not. The point is here is that a lot of men in the West face a lot of these problems, and I think that's what needs to be said. It's like I was hoping to get some guests on the stream, but that's malpractice. What? Um, Foxy? Oh yeah, don't dwell on the negative things, Irishman. Um, and that's strength. That's real strength that you didn't do those things. Real strength. It shows real strength. All is well with me, brother. We're talking about a serious issue that's affecting the Westberg. Let him stay. We're talking about male suicide, and particularly why it's at a high rate in the Western world. So true. Now, suicide is a very extreme thing, and people feel despair. Suicide is caused by despair, by the feelings of despair, you know, and everyone has felt despair and hopelessness from time to time. That is true, Richard. That is true. Bad stuff has happened to me in my life. You did, Foxy. You did. But according to the stats, the stats are true on this one. Most women do not succeed where men do. That's true, Bergie. That's one of the reasons why men, I guess, they feel out of place in the society. I'm doing great. I'm talking about a serious topic tonight. And I'm trying to get to the underlying causes of a very sad trend in our society. And that is men in the West are committing suicide at high rates. I'm getting everyone's input on why this is a phenomena that's happening in America, in Europe, and men have to waste their best year. I kind of know what you're saying, but not exactly. You have to be more specific, Bergie. Now, I can't even imagine that kind of pain, losing a child. Oh man, losing a child. And that would the I'm not I don't have any children myself. But I do have nieces and nephews that I love very much. And oh, something happened to them, I'd be very upset. But Sam and Foxy, they seem to be a lot stronger than what most people would be going through that situation. You know. That is true, Bergie. That is true. And men trying to start a family and under the Western divorce regime and feminism. Good luck. Amen, Irishman. Amen. Oh man, we got some low view count tonight. Well, yeah. When it comes to money, that money is a factor a lot of times. I mean, men in the West are when it comes to money, people lose their jobs. That can drive you to suicide. Drive men to suicide. Um, but there are other factors involved here. See, there are underlying reasons. I think modernity is one. The changes that happened during the '60s is another one that could draw. I think there's a lot of things that we see going on right now. How crazy modern world is right now. It can drive someone to suicide, I guess. Very sad. Very sad, Foxy. Very sad. But I gotta admire you and Sam for persevering. So true, so true, Krylon, so true. Very sad. I say to all the men who think about killing themselves, I would say, stay strong. And I know this world is hard, but your time will come. I think they'd be a lot lower, Irishman. Yeah, I was talking about that, Iron Man. Men feel they have no, they have no mission in life. Men feel that their mission in life has been taken away. Of course, I believe in God, so I always have a mission in life. So you got that right, Bergie. You're a widow, Foxy. You're a widow. Oh, sorry to hear that. We're up to okay. Getting back to this trend, and I'll be the first to say this is the first time I've done a video about this. Okay, the first time. But this I've seen this trend, and it's very sad. And someone's got to talk about it. Someone's got to say something. You know. So true. Modernity, I think, makes people weak in general. Sam. Okay, that's good. But it's also good that you stayed together with Sam at this point, and you never left him even after this horrifying situation. I mean, this losing of a child during birth can really wreck a relationship. I mean, but you did a good job. That being said, I want to play a song. Let's see if I can play a song here. I want to play a song, add a video. Um, if it wasn't for the trolls, I'd invite people in to talk, I totally agree, Iron Man. I totally agree. So true, Foxy. Okay, I want to add some video here. I'm new to this, and I like to add some music. The only way I know how to do it is to play it on my phone, which annoys people. Can I play a song? Can I play two songs that are about? One song is about not giving up, and would it annoy the audience if I did that? I play one song that's about not giving up, and that really helped me through some dark times. Oh, I would never play Queen. No, I'm playing a song called Okay. I'm going to play this song. Oh, man, I hate this. Ads. Here we go. Awesome, Sam.
Hills of fire, 1,000 miles away. Tonight, my long way home.
This goes out to all the men out there who are thinking about killing themselves. Don't do it.
My trail is long to stay. Silence is a heavy stone. I fight the world and take all they can give. There are times my heart aches low. Born to walk against the wind, born to hear my name. No matter where I stand, I'm alone. Stand and fight, live by your heart. One more try. I'm not afraid to die. Stand and fight. Say what you feel. Go with a heart of steel.
Okay. Well, the topic is male suicide, Irishman. So I thought this song would be appropriate to the topic. You know? But there is another song that I think is appropriate to the topic. Like I said, if anyone's out there having any man, please don't do it. There is hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel, my friend. Ending your life is not going to change anything. Whatever issues you got, the next world is going to be, you know. Thank you, Foxy. Okay. I will play another song. I don't know why. This one is for all the men who are thinking about killing themselves and shouldn't. I mean, I know this world is crazy, and this song, it's a mad world out there. I get it. I get it. The world is crazy, particularly if you live in the West. It is freaking crazy with the way things are set up. This entire system is crazy, you know? Amen, brother. Amen, Iron Man. Jesus gives you strength. Here's another song that will for all those people out there who are, boy, I don't really care about the views. I just care about the message.
It's all coming together this
Oh no.
DQ Fall Blizzard menu, of course. 7 seasonal sensations like new pecan.
Okay. We all understand how crazy the world can be, and this is how a lot of men feel sometimes with the insanity.
Around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very bad world.
All right, enough of that. Well, that's one of them. And it can feel like a mad world. It can. Like the world's gone mad. I get it. I get it. But remember, the ones who stand the strongest and wade through the madness, you know, you stand strong. You got to stand strong because when you take your own life, I'm going to tell you, you don't just destroy your life. You destroy the lives of people that love you. They don't understand that. I mean, it's already, everybody hurts. Okay.
that make me when your day is long and the night is yours alone. You're sure you've had enough.
A lot of men feel lonely out there.
Don't let yourself go.
Exactly. Don't let yourself go.
'Cause everybody cries. Everybody hurts. Sometimes everything is wrong. Now it's time to sing along.
Can't play it for too long. I'll get copyright violations. Anyway, that being said, that's the point. Is everybody hurts. Everybody has bad times. Life is not easy for anyone. And you know something? Someone always has it worse than you. If you think you got it bad, you'll always find that someone who's got it worse than you. It's kind of like good example of this is that is so true. Early riser, we become more atomized. And men trying to basically having private clubs has been semi-outlawed by lawsuits. Any men's only clubs have been taken out of the contingent. That is true, Irishman. That's why I played the Men of War song first. Well, it doesn't seem the trolls are here, but I don't want to give. I want to bring some people in, but I have to have email addresses. Does anybody want to come in and join the discussion and talk directly to me? I have to have email addresses, though, to basically bring you in, to invite you. Because I can't put it out in the chat because the trolls would porn bomb me to death. You know? Oh, we got 10 viewers. How nice. Anyone? Is anybody still in the chat? Irishman. Am I still there? Anybody want to come in? Anyone? It's not so funny for my channel, Irishman. If you send me an email, if you write down your email, I will invite you in. But you got to write down an email and okay. Hey, Dave. Not exactly, early riser. Well, you know, you have an opportunity here, man, to prove that, and I know who you are, but you took down all your videos, and um, you're a divorced man, after all, and usually divorced men have a high rate of suicide as well. You know, in the Western world, Richard. Um, okay, okay. But do you want to come in and discuss this topic, Dave? This is a different Dave, by the way. By the way, it's a different Dave. This is the bodybuilder Dave. Well, you can have audio. That's pretty good, Richard. That's a success story compared to what's happened in the West. Amen, Iron Man. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Pretty Prepper. Um, Today I decided to, usually I don't do serious topics. But today this stream is about a very serious topic. A very serious trend that we see happening in the West, particularly Europe and America, and that's male suicide. Men are taking their lives at very high rates, and we're looking at the underlying reasons for this very sad trend that we see happening. That's pretty much it, my friend. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Pretty Prepper, I like to hear your input. Why do you think you see it? Why do you think the trend in America and in the West? Why do you think you see a lot of men in particular taking their own lives in the West at a high rate? Well, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer, you know, and that's the reason I started this stream, because I wanted to talk about this particular topic. And I would like to bring people into the panel. So I want to send me your email. Put your email addresses in the in the chat, and I'll basically invite you in. That's true, Iron Man. We all have choices. Okay. Okay, we're gonna. Give me a second. You got it. Exactly. I will keep telling them that Catholicism is not Christianity, and it's not. Okay, I've added you. That took. Uh. Oh no, I screwed it up. Oh, I didn't get the mail right. Try again. Okay. Pretty Prepper, I need your email again. Sorry. Here, I got it. I got it. Try this again. Very good. Very good. Okay, Doki. See if it worked this time. Says address is not found. I've made good choices, Vinji. I've also made bad choices. We live with our choices and our regrets. Okay. Oh, Pretty Prepper, I don't think I can get you. For some reason your email isn't registering. Iron Man, do you want to come into the chat? I'm okay. I'm talking about the subject. Oh, Pretty Prepper's here. No, I'm.
All right. I just tricked you into thinking that I was some woman coming up here. All right. Do not send out any emails to people. All right. Because I'm telling you right now, dude. All right. Listen.
Yeah.
I got your when you sent that to me. All right. Yeah. I got access to your StreamYards account. and all that. Do not do that.
Okay.
All right. Do not fall for this crap with these women that come in here and pretending that they, that they're your friends and they're giving you hearts and stuff. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
All right. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Yeah, this is yeah, I'm a Christian, Vintage. That was pretty weird. Yeah, that was a weird situation. Oh boy. Sorry about that. I thought I was just going to get someone into the chat. Okay. Boy. Well, that was a lesson learned. Yes. The topic is what are the underlying reasons why men in the West are taking their lives at such a high rate? It's very sad situation we see this in, Yeah. At least he was yeah, this was an interesting situation. Apparently he was giving me a lesson on not to take email addresses. I don't know. No, I was next stream. I tell you what, we'll have to get some email addresses of people I trust, and because I need some guests on the show. Okay. Okay, I get you, Noodles. I get you. All right. That is true. That is true. Maybe, okay. Here's what I'm going to do for the next chat. Okay, for the next chat, I want to bring some people, some guests in. Okay, so tell you what I'll do. I need to get some guests on the show, and Sam. Next chat will be a little more lighthearted. It'll be more lighthearted, and yeah, that's true. I will be careful. But we were lucky tonight, I guess, and I'm new to this technology. I'll be the first to tell you. Trying StreamYards is a little bit different than a regular stream. I just want to bring people in. I totally agree. I do believe this stream is over. I think the topic has been discussed. It's been a very good topic. I'll give everyone time to say their goodbyes. I would say that we've made some very good, genuine progress in actually caring about these men, these lost souls in our Western world. Boy, this was a trip. But this new technology is new to me. You have to understand, I haven't used StreamYards ever, okay? I'm still getting used to it, okay? I'm still getting used to it. I'll be careful more. I hope we've covered this topic. See you, everyone. Okay, well, that being said, I think we did something positive on this stream. We discussed a topic that no one else would discuss, no one else wanted to hear about, and nobody cared about. Well, okay, I'll see you, man. That nobody wanted to talk about. And that's something positive. I think that although it's a very sad topic, sometimes sad topics need to be heard about so things can get better. And it's a very sad trend, but I hope we can reverse the trend like Ireland did. Well, more on this later. Bye.